By the way, here's some things about how to witness to a Mormon. Okay, it'll help you, but here, let me just, everybody look up here, please, before you read all that. If you run into somebody that's a Mormon, you're going to need more than this to witness to them. And by the way, most of them are not open, so it takes a long time. One of the points is on here as observations. It takes a long time to win a Mormon. So usually you have to make friends with them without them influencing your children. You have to become friends with them. It takes a long time to win them. It's not just a religion to them. It's a culture. It's a way of life for them. Okay, most of them. So it might take a long time to witness to a Mormon, become friends with them. So what you need to do, more than just reading this or talking to, you need to get a book on how to win a Mormon. We have several different ones in our library, ex-Mormons, or even people who deal a lot with Mormons. So we've got several options. There are more options available. But there's several things I want to point out here. First, at the top, there's some tendencies of a knowledgeable Mormon. They don't believe they're sinners. They don't believe they're sinners. Why would you believe you're sinners? You're attaining godhood. So that means I'm not that bad. I'm not real bad. I'm going to be a god someday. They won't accept the Bible without question. They have questions about the Bible. They don't believe that God, He is any authority. The Bible, I think it's a reference to the Bible. And they're not prepared to receive the gospel. Okay, so I was reading, right here it is a little bit at the bottom here. How to Answer a Mormon, Robert Morey. He says that you need to discredit Mormon authority. Okay, so we've mentioned this several times. Man, the first thing you do is you show them that their authority just doesn't hold any water. Joseph Smith, he lied and he covered it up, and his witnesses were liars and his family members, and they said we saw the plates when they really admitted under oath later that they didn't see the plates. And the guy who paid for the translating never saw the plates. Discredit their authority. To me, and I've talked with people who have dealt with Mormons, you get them to the point, you want to get them to the point where they have to say, I still feel the burning in my bosom. What that means, that's their last cop-out. That means all my arguments are shot out of the water, but I have this burning, so that's their last straw. That's their last line of defense. So discredit their authority. Ask them about the Book of Mormon. What about the anthropological evidence that they're not related in their makeup to the American Indians? Ask them about the archaeological lack of evidence. Why aren't there any buildings or towns or cities or people that the Book of Mormon talks about? We should be finding these things. You discredit their authority. You just question it. And they have to admit that there is nothing. What about them not accepting black people? What about polygamy? Most Mormons aren't polygamists today. Vast majority of them are not. Ask them. So are you for polygamy? Okay, well, no, we're not for polygamy anymore. Well, your books say that you have to be polygamous. Take them to Doctrines and Covenants. Take them to the Book of Mormon, where it talks about you must, or if you don't have many wives, you're cursed. Okay, well, your book says you have to have a lot of wives, and you don't. And make sure you tell both husband and wife at the same time. They might really not like that very much, obviously. So you discredit their authority, and you take them then to the Word of God. Who is it? Robert Morey, How to Answer a Mormon. He says, a Christian, on the back of the page, a Christian must realize that the real problem which must be dealt with when witnessing to a Mormon is the question of religious authority. When confronting a cultist, the worst thing you can do is dealing with all these peripheral issues. It's a waste of time and utterly fruitless. Deal with their authority. How do you know that's true? and you discredit their authority, the Book of Mormon, Pearl of Great Price, Book of Abraham, okay, all those things that we've talked in the video we showed you on the Book of Abraham and so on, discredit it, and then give them the truth. Sin of man. You know, it's the same old, same old. It's what the Apostle Paul did. He dealt with a bunch of philosophers and so on in Acts chapter 17 at Mars Hill, and he talked about their sin. You're a sinner. How are you going to deal with that? And you take them through and just, but realize it's going to take a long time.